So, what are the big market news and updates that are shaping the real estate industry here in Port Harcourt in May 2026? In this video, I'll be showing you exactly what is going on in the real estate industry here in Port Harcourt, Nigeria, and how you can leverage this information to put your money into the right locations, the right estates, and the right investments. And I tell you, these are all you need to know in Port Harcourt Real Estate for May 2026. And I'll be bringing this update to you every month end so that you can equip yourself with where you need to put your money going forward. Now, what are the major forces driving the market right now in Port Harcourt? Number one is infrastructure expansion. It is no longer news that Port Harcourt is having a lot of infrastructural development coming different locations in the city, and this is because of the high interest of both the government and private investors in the state. And of course, we are having urban spillover and housing demand. For urban spillover, it is obvious that Port Harcourt is the next big city for the south, and the southeastern state of Nigeria. And for many people who are emigrating into the bigger cities, one of the first touch points that come to the mind of many is Port Harcourt. And because of that, we are having urban spillover. So population growth is driving a lot of development in the city. And finally, institutional investor interest returning to the south. So many institutions are coming back to the south because of stability and because of security assurance. A lot of companies are coming back, are bringing their branches, their headquarters back to the south, and in this case, Port Harcourt, right? So another thing you need to understand is the market is no longer driven by just oil workers. Before now, it used to be driven by, big boys in the oil and gas industry. But the next wave that is happening in our city currently is that because of the mid-income housing demand, a lot of people beyond the oil and gas industry are playing actively in the real estate industry. People in the business world, people in the insurance world, people in different industry are beginning to find a way to leverage, finances to invest into housing. People are buying or are building houses currently, and also people are looking into land banking projects. People are looking into estate communities. People are looking into, into the logistics and industrial expansion part of the business, of the industry, of the city. And of course, there are a lot of new layouts coming through that we are not here in the last 2 to 3 years because of the housing demand. So let us look at the movers and shakers in our industry for the month of May. Number one is the Greater Port Harcourt Development Corridor, which is the GPHC CDA Port Harcourt, which is actually the main blueprint for the new Port Harcourt city that started at the tail end of Governor Amaechi's tenure, and it has run through that tenure through Wike and now to the current governor, who is Nyesom Fubara. So a lot of interest has been on that axis, and the Greater Port Harcourt City Corridor encompasses 3 local governments. We are looking at Obiabo, some part of Obiabo, some part of Eche, and some part of Ikoyi local government area, and they are all facing the airport axis, going down. So, and the areas included in this Greater Port Harcourt city is the greeters of this world, the Omagua, Isiokpo, Elelewon, and Airport Road Corridor. These are where developments are going through. And if you are living in Port Harcourt, or you've been asking questions about what is happening in Port Harcourt, you will agree with me that these locations I just mentioned are critical at this point, because this is where the next phase of new people looking to build and live are moving into currently. And like I said, the city is having urban spillover and population outburst, and this area are where people are facing and moving at this point. I repeat it: Igwuruta, Omagua, Isiokpo, Elelewon, Airport Road Corridor. This is where people are moving, and if you have the money, these are locations you should be looking into. So the biggest money in our industry over the next 5 to 10 years may not come from buying already developed luxury properties. They will come from you strategically positioning yourself in these locations I just mentioned already. And these locations, good as in, are located in the Greater Port Harcourt City corridor. And why this is important is because Government is particular about the Greater Port Harcourt City Corridor, and because of that, a lot of investment from the government is flowing into these axes. And by extension, if you come in now to buy your properties in these locations, you are positioning your investment for high returns in the short and long term. So coming into these locations I just mentioned to buy acres and hectares of land or even buildings is actually a good thing going forward, going into June 2026. The next mover or shaker for the month of May in Port Harcourt real estate industry is the ring road effect, which has been ongoing for almost the last 12 to 16 months. The ring road is actually the 50.15 kilometer road spanning several ideal locations across the city, and this is particularly going to have a rub-off effect for those who are strategically positioning their investments within this corridor of the ring road. And this ring road, cuts in from deeper from the city centers. We're talking about from locations like, NTA roads through, through Rumosi down through Igwuruta, you cut through Eneka, going to Ikoyi, circling back to Obibo and all those areas. If you're able to position your investment within this corridor of the ring road, you are positioning your money or your investment for a massive explosion when the ring road is finally completed in the next few months. So locations like Igwuruta, locations like Eneka, locations like Chibuike, locations like Rumosi, locations like the new airport road, and this whole axis actually still falls within the ring road project or the ring road corridor. So if you have your money, your investment in this corridor, you are positioning your money for the next few years or next few months for massive explosion. Then the number 3 mover or shaker you should also think about is the emerging hotspots. So where are the emerging hotspots at this moment in Port Harcourt? And there are 3 of them. There are 4 of them really, but I would like to categorize one as 2. So number 1 is the Greater Omagua axis, right? These are the 2 communities that are receiving a lot of interest bounding the Port Harcourt International Airport. And majority of the properties in this location are basically land banking projects. And these land banking projects are not land banking projects that will stay on your hand for, let's say, 10 years before you can begin to see massive returns on these land banked projects. These are projects that in the next 12 to 24 months, you should be looking at 200, 300 returns in value of the money you have invested. Then secondly is the new airport road spanning Obrikwe roundabout to the airport roundabout. It's a very critical location in Port Harcourt currently, and a lot of real estate development companies are on that axis. And it is no longer surprising that the Park City 20,000 housing unit is on that axis, and a lot of other credible real estate developers are on that axis. And of course, we partner with a lot of them. And if you're looking for projects in that location, definitely we are the right spot for you. Then thirdly is the Alessa-Moji axis, the Trans-Amadi Conundrum that is actually spiraling at the moment. A lot of people are moving towards that axis. So the Trans-Amadi is looking like the new Woji of Port Harcourt. And if you know Port Harcourt very well, you know that Woji is actually a highbrow area. A lot of great estates are currently in that location, and there are a lot of people looking to still buy lands closer to where they are living. Of course, some investors just want to buy properties close to where they're living, and some investors just want to buy the locations that are actually receiving a lot of interest. And also not forgetting that the ring road also passes through that Umoji Alessa axis, and that is a sweet hotspot and an emerging spot that you must come in now and put your money and wait for what is going to happen in the next few months. And another statistics I would like you to understand is that the Alessa Trans-Amadi axis has seen the fastest appreciation in the history of Port Harcourt in a very short period of time for an emerging location. We are talking about properties moving from there in the last 2 years from, let's say, from 3.5 million to almost 25 million in 3 years. Just because of, first of all, the location, secondly, the interest of government in that axis. And if you still come in now, you can get a bargain and wait for what is happening in the next few months or few years from now, because that area is still undergoing massive infrastructural development and government attention. Then for people who are into the commercial, real estate properties, one of the key things you must understand about a city is that there are different definite locations you must be looking at when you're trying to invest into commercial real estate. We're talking about hotels, we're talking about bars and lounges, we're talking about filling stations, gas stations, plazas. These are commercial real estate. There are some locations you must consider when you want to invest in Port Harcourt that are being shaped as the month runs by. And if you don't have the money to buy such properties in those locations, it means that you should first of all use that money and put it into a location that is emerging, that can help you grow your money. In the next 2 to 3 years, you can be ripened enough financially to go and plow your money in such locations. And the locations where you need to be looking at to put in your money is the GROAs of this world, Peter Odili, NTA Road, Ada George, Ikoyi Road, Trans-Amadi. These are locations you should be looking at, and Abaro. These are locations you should be looking up to put your commercial investment in. Anything beyond these places might not give you the desired rental income you're looking at the end of the year. Remember, when it comes to commercial real estate, it's about yield, it's about cash flow. It's not about you having portfolio. It's about how much these investments can give you in the next 12 months. And also to understand that when it comes to commercial real estate, it's about how fast can you be able to break even so you can become profitable, because you are putting a lot of money in developing a commercial real estate, unlike when you are doing a land banking project or a residential buy to flip product. So when it comes to putting your money in commercial real estate in Port Harcourt, GROA, Peter Odili, Trans-Amadi, NTA Road, Ikoyi Road, Aba Road, Ada George are locations you should consistently look out for when it comes to and if you don't get properties in these locations, do want to consult the services of a seasoned advisor like myself, so that I can look at what your money can get you and advise you properly. It's not every money in your hand is not for what you desire to do at every point in time when it comes to investing in real estate. So what are the major market trends that investors should know at this point? Number one is that estate communities are winning. So many people are moving their families from not very much planned locations to properly planned estates. So this should shape how you buy your property. So it means that if you're going to be buying a property back home, buy acres into a planned estate. Even though the estate has not been fully developed, but there are plans for it to be developed in the next 5-10 years. Buy lands in a very planned estate. It's going to definitely help you at make better use of your investment at the next 4 or 5 years than when you are buying land in a random location that is not in a gated estate. Another thing, number two thing you need to note as an investor in Port Harcourt is that infrastructure is what is driving appreciation of land currently in Port Harcourt. So do not fall for the cheap talk of just buy in any location. No, if there are no signals of infrastructure development coming to a location, please do not fall for it. Do not put your money into a location that doesn't have the promise of infrastructure. And one of the key things that drive infrastructure is the government. If the government is not talking up about infrastructural development, by infrastructure we mean road, we mean housing projects, we mean electricity, we mean anything that the government have as an interest or a project interest in the location, do not go into such locations to put your money. Then thirdly is you need to look out for is that digital land administration is becoming a major theme. So land administration is becoming a little bit organized in Port Harcourt. It's not as organized as Lagos and Abuja, but it's gaining a lot of momentum. The current Surveyor General is actually a very solid guy, and the current Ministry of Lands in Port Harcourt and the charting process of the state is becoming a better and better every day. So when it comes to security of investment, as long as you go through the services of a seasoned lawyer or advisor like myself, you are rest assured that when it is chartered at the Ministry of Land and you are free to pay, you are rest assured that the property you're buying is actually a good one. So let's look at some of the risks you must understand, if you are coming to invest in Port Harcourt. And this is where you must pay very close attention, is that political volatility still matters in our state. Our state is one state that I don't know the reasons best unknown to me. Our state has never had consistent leadership transition since I knew what this state is all about. It has always been one war from an existing governor to the next governor, and that has consistently played a very big role when it comes to investing in real estate in Port Harcourt. And by this I mean, when you're buying properties in Port Harcourt, please do not buy it politically, right? Because if you buy it politically or you get it politically, the next governor that is coming into the seat might not like you. And there is every tendency that they might declare your parcel of land non-effective or defective as a case. They can just pull up one jargon and get you and rip you off your hard-earned money or your hard-earned investment. So always buy properties in Nigeria, in Port Harcourt neutrally. Do not buy based on political allegiance. Like I said earlier, our institutions are still much growing. They are not perfect. So you must be very, very cautious about how you go about buying properties in Port Harcourt, right? You must be sure that the person leading you on is in the right standing legally to help you make that financial decision, is in the right standing to lead you on that journey. If that person is not a lawyer, an experienced real estate investment advisor like myself or my team, please be wary not to continue that transaction until somebody like myself or a lawyer steps in and tells you that you can go ahead to keep making that transaction. So these are the two risks you must be always on the lookout that is actually evident in our city. So now let's look at what the smart money is doing right now in Port Harcourt. Number one is that they're doing land banking near infrastructural corridors. So around the greater Port Harcourt area and the Ring Road corridor, a lot of land banking is going on in those locations. So they are buying before these infrastructures are completed. A lot of people are swooping in and buying in acres and hectares. And I encourage you to also come in and buy up lands in hectares and hectares. And for those who are in abroad or not based in Port Harcourt, when it comes to real estate investment, you have to approach it amorally. It means that you mustn't buy in locations you are living in. A lot of people I know are living in Port Harcourt and buying up properties in Abuja, buying up properties in Lagos. Many people living in Lagos are buying up properties in Dubai. Same thing in Abuja. So when it comes to real estate investment, the smart money investors understand that you mustn't buy properties in locations you exist. That is actually not a very strategic investment move to make, because at best, what is much more important for an investor is yield. Is how fast can I break even and make profit? And if you're looking at that as a metric to run by, then you must buy in locations that are not just close to you, but are promising high yield in a very short period of time. So many smart money are focusing on mid-income housing demand, because a lot of the mid-income earners are looking for, cheap, not very cheaply priced, but moderately priced buildings that they can buy, be it in installments or outrightly they can move their family into, right? So a lot of also private investors are partnering with real estate developers, bringing their money to run partnership businesses with some real estate developers. And this is actually where I'll call up one of our partnership products at the moment, which is Own to Earn. Own to Earn gives you the opportunity to partner with our building projects currently going on here in Port Harcourt. And when you bring your money ranging from 20, 30, 40, 100 million, 200 million, 500 million, as the case may be, you partner with our building project. And at the end of 12 months, you receive 35% returns on your money. And at the end of 24 months, you receive another 35% returns on your money and your capital paid into your bank account. So a lot of investors are leveraging such partnerships to grow their income in Port Harcourt and major cities here in Nigeria. So a lot of smart money are also building rental focused assets. They are building a lot of commercial properties that give them, monthly or annual rental income, or they're building a lot of shortlets, in Port Harcourt and other major cities in Nigeria. So also most of the smart money are targeting airport and logistics corridors. So a lot of interest is heading towards the airport currently because of the sudden emergence of the new airport road here in Port Harcourt, and because of that, a lot of smart money are moving their money into that corridor, right? So, and also finally, a lot of smart money are positioning around future commercial spillover. Because of the population outburst, a lot of smart money are asking the right questions. Where are the population moving? All these people coming into the city, all these young families that are giving back to new kids, where are they moving their family to go rent 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom flats or duplexes? This is where the smart money are going to go position themselves while these people come to meet them. So bottom line is that Port Harcourt in May 2026 is no longer just an oil city with expensive houses. It's becoming, number one, an infrastructure-driven expansion market. Number two, a strategic land banking environment. And finally, a mid to long-term world positioning play for many smart money. So this is actually the market update, and all you need to know about the shakers and the movers of the Port Harcourt real estate market in the month of May 2026. And I hope this has been able to give you a perspective as to where you need to put your money next month, being June 2026. And if you have money between 5 million, 10 million, 20 million, 100 million that you don't have an immediate use of, you want to put it in a very profitable real estate investment, please do well to click the link in my description. It leads you directly to my personal WhatsApp chat. We can begin our conversation with you on how to position you to play profitably in this amazing Port Harcourt real estate market. Do well to subscribe to my YouTube channel, share this video to your friends, your colleagues. This video might be of help to them for their next real estate investment. And of course, like this video and comment what you learned. And if you have any questions at all, please do well to put it in the comment section or chat me on the link in my description, and we can continue the conversations from there. Thank you for watching to this point, and see you on the next video.